And welcome to the Coach's Corner. We've got Coach Robertson here, the defensive line coach at South Carolina. Go back a ways here, though, Coach. I love watching you play with the Gamecocks. I followed your pro career, and now you're back with the Gamecocks. I thought that when that opening came about, that's the first thing that hit my mind was I got a person in mind for that.
Right.
Evidently, Coach Beamer felt that way too.
Yes, and I'm very appreciative that he felt that way, and I tell people this was a progress that process that started 3 years ago when he first arrived. He called me and he told me, when I get the opportunity, the right opportunity, I'm gonna come and get you. And he did. And so I'm always thankful for Coach Beamer for doing that. It means a lot to me and my family, and I respect him because he's a man of his word.
Now, when you were here and you played, there were some good South Carolina teams.
Oh,
here,
no doubt.
You played
no doubt.
What's it feel like to come back now and be in that building stage, building to what y'all had when you were here?
Well, it feels good. Like I said, all the stuff that's built now was in talks when I was here, but just to come back and see how beautiful the place has grown, not just the campus, but the city of Columbia has grown a lot in the last 13 years. It's great. Me and my wife just ride around Columbia and was like, we can't believe how much the city's grown. Then you get on campus, it was like, oh man, the campus has grown a lot. But it means a lot, and I'm telling the guys now that it's just the way things work. You got guys like Alex and Tonka, 10 and 13 years when they come back, this whole place is going to look totally different than them, but it's because of what they're going to build this year.
Let's talk a little bit about your position right now. Everybody wants to talk about who left, but what they don't want to talk about is you've got some pretty doggone good players that have played a lot in the trenches here. And I think the defensive line is going to be a lot better than people are giving y'all credit for this year. What are your thoughts on that?
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to get them better, but I don't like to talk about the guys that's left because they're not here no more. So there's no point in talking about it. It's history. I'm focused on, and I have no ties to the guys that left. So I don't have nothing to say about those guys, but the guys that are here, I'm looking forward to pushing them to be the best player they can be, and hopefully they can make me the best coach I can be.
Well, the thing, too, is they've had a lot of injuries in the interior defensive line and all, where you've gotten a lot of players that were forced into playing situations that have gotten that all valuable game experience there, though. But just, talk a little bit about your position that you coach this year, the guys you've got.
That's part of it, you can't help injuries in football. But all the thing you can do is prepare for it, and the way you prepare is get guys ready to play multiple positions, and that's every level, high school, college, and in the pros. So I think they did a great job, getting guys prepared like Tonka and Boogie, TJ, that can play in and can play inside. So it's best to be prepared and get ready. So I hate to grab a guy in the middle of the game and say, hey, you got to go play this position never played before. So it's important to us to make sure, hey, we understand as coaches that people are going to get hurt and just be prepared for it. So I think our guys are ready too.
The big thing that people always say, we got to get better at stopping the run.
Right.
Okay, what, in your interpretation, your impression, what do you have to do to get better to stop the run?
Well, it starts up front. So for me is I don't know what happened last year or don't care what happened last year. All I'm going to do this year is just teach guys how to get off blocks and, just proper ways of shedding blocks to stop the run. That's the number one way to stop the run because it stops up front. We're the closest guys to the ball. So it's just properly teaching them how to shed blocks violently and putting the body on the ball carrier.
And being a guy who's coached the interior there too, a lot of times people don't realize that you may have a defensive tackle who occupies two blockers where somebody else is responsibility another position in making that tackle. So I think lots of times the games are won and lost in the trenches, but it's not always the guys in the interior line's fault because they're doing their job though.
And at the end of the day, you're right about that. It's not always no one's fault, but at the end of the day, it's everyone's fault. We got to be a tight, close defense. We got to be fast defense. No one is perfect. Someone misses a tackle. You need other people there to clean it up. And so to stop the run, you just got to take all 11 guys. To me, it's football. You're going to have teams that run the ball on you every day in this league. So you got to be prepared to stop it, and we will be better this year.
Since you left, they've got the lights that twinkle and all the side shows and stuff like that. What is going to be, I guess, the most special thing to you in coaching now that you're back at South Carolina, may not be till first home game like that, but what are you most excited about coaching South Carolina?
For me, the most exciting thing for me would be just holding up that trophy at the end of the year. You know, that's what we work for. We don't play for the likes. We don't play all that stuff is for the fans and TikTok and Instagram. But at the end of the day, man, what would be the most exciting thing for me is however where we can get is just hold up the trophy at the end. So
you played the game at a high level and did a great job. Now you're coaching it. What do you enjoy most about playing football and now getting to coach football?
That's a great question. Coaching football is just seeing guys develop. I enjoy guys develop into a great player or develop into reaching their goals that they want to reach, and I enjoy that because a lot of guys come in and say, Coach, I want to make it to the NFL or I want to get 10 sacks. So I enjoy watching guys work to reach their goals, and playing was the same way for me. You know, I enjoy working hard and reaching my goals. So reaching my goals, playing and watching guys reach their goals, doing something they love to do.
Coach, great to have you back at South Carolina.